Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be diving deep into Crush, the 2022 teen rom-com that captured our hearts with its charming characters and refreshing take on coming-of-age stories. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't worry, I've got you covered. We're going to break it down in detail, from the plot twists to the characters you'll love and everything in between. Let's talk about how this movie tackles love, identity, and the ups and downs of high school life and why it's more than just another teen rom-com. First, let's set the stage with a quick rundown of Crush's plot. The movie, directed by Sammy Cohen, follows Paige, played by Rowan Blanchard, a high schooler who is passionate about art and living her truth. She's a little quirky, often unsure of herself, and a bit of an outsider, but that makes her such a relatable character. Paige has one big secret: she's had a crush on her best friend, AJ, played by Isabella Ferreira, for a long time. But, as it often goes in high school, things get complicated. Paige's life takes an unexpected turn when she is mistakenly accused of vandalizing the school's mural, and to avoid punishment, she's forced to help out with the school's art club and work alongside the very girl she's crushing on, AJ's nemesis, the popular and seemingly perfect football star, Gabrielle, played by Ollie Cravalho. As Paige tries to juggle the art club, her feelings for both AJ and Gabrielle, and the tension between them, she learns a lot about her identity, relationships, and the complicated nature of love. Things are further complicated as Paige begins to develop feelings for Gabrielle, all while keeping her crush on AJ a secret. Now, let's talk about the characters, because one of the things that really makes Crush stand out is its cast of unique, multi-dimensional characters. I think that's part of why this movie has such an impact. It gives us characters that feel real, that are a little messy, and that you can root for. First, we have Paige. She's the heart of the movie, and Rowan Blanchard does such a wonderful job of portraying her. Paige is awkward, funny, and completely relatable. Her inner world is a bit of a mess, just like most of us feel in high school. She's someone who doesn't always know where she fits in but isn't afraid to be herself, even if that means making mistakes along the way. Her coming-of-age journey, especially in terms of her sexual identity, is one of the most interesting aspects of the film. Then there's AJ. AJ is Paige's best friend and her unrequited love interest. What's great about AJ is that she's smart, supportive, and full of personality. She's also deeply invested in her art, which is something that Paige admires, but she's not perfect. AJ has her own set of issues, particularly when it comes to her relationship with Paige. One of the movie's most poignant storylines is Paige's attempt to figure out if AJ might feel the same way, even as their friendship becomes complicated by secrets and misunderstandings. Gabrielle, played by Ollie Cravalho, is the unexpected love interest. She's popular, confident, and seems to have everything going for her until we learn that there's more to her than meets the eye. Gabrielle is more complex than the typical mean girl trope. She's struggling with her own pressures and desires, and that's where the heart of the movie really lies, the fact that no one is simply one thing. Everyone is layered and human. Gabrielle's relationship with Paige is key to the plot, and their interactions are filled with tension and, of course, romance. Finally, let's not forget Jesse, played by Tyler Alvarez, Paige's adorable love interest. Jesse's the one who supports her when things get tough. Their relationship is adorable and shows how even in high school, we sometimes need someone to pull us out of our own emotional chaos. Now, let's dive into the themes of the movie, because Crush has a lot more to say than just your typical rom-com. First, and most obviously, this is a movie about love, both romantic and platonic. But it also explores the complexity of self-discovery. Paige's journey is all about figuring out who she is and understanding her feelings. She doesn't have all the answers, and that's what makes her story so relatable. We see her evolve from someone who's unsure of her identity into someone who is more confident in herself by the end of the movie. One of the more powerful themes in Crush is its exploration of sexuality and identity. As Paige grapples with her crush on both AJ and Gabrielle, the film shows us how confusing and complicated sexual attraction can be, especially in the context of high school, where there's a lot of pressure to fit in and be normal. Paige's journey is about discovering who she's attracted to and what that means for her. The movie doesn't shy away from the difficulties of coming to terms with your own feelings, especially when those feelings might not align with what's expected. Another theme that stood out to me is friendship. Both Paige's bond with AJ and her evolving relationship with Gabrielle challenge the idea of how friendship and romance can coexist or conflict. In high school, friendships can feel fragile, and Crush does a great job of showing how we sometimes have to face difficult truths in order to grow, even if it means letting go of old relationships or redefining them in new ways. Now, one of the most important aspects of Crush that deserves a deep dive is its portrayal of LGBTQ+ characters and themes. This film stands out as a refreshingly queer teen rom-com that doesn't feel forced or overly dramatic. Instead, it feels honest. The movie gives us a protagonist who is not just coming to terms with romantic feelings but also navigating her sexual identity. Paige's journey isn't about coming out in a dramatic, tear-filled moment, it's more subtle. It's about her realization that her feelings for AJ and Gabrielle are genuine and complex. The film doesn't just give us a coming-out narrative, it gives us a nuanced portrayal of teenage queerness, showing that sexual identity doesn't need to be defined in a binary way. Paige's feelings are complicated and evolving, and it's this complexity that makes her experience feel so authentic. The inclusion of LGBTQ+ characters in a teen rom-com is a step forward in terms of representation, and I think it's great that Crush doesn't shy away from showing queer love in all its messy, beautiful forms. But beyond just the characters' sexual orientations, the movie's treatment of relationships, both romantic and platonic, is something that speaks to a broader audience, regardless of sexual identity. Alright, so what's the takeaway from Crush? At its heart, Crush is about love for others, love for yourself, and love in all its confusing, complicated, and beautiful forms. The movie offers a fresh perspective on LGBTQ+ stories in the teen rom-com genre, showing that these relationships don't need to be defined by traditional tropes. It's funny, heartfelt, and, most importantly, real. I love that the movie didn't try to give us a perfect happily ever after ending. Instead, it showed the messy, imperfect journey of figuring things out, and that's something we can all relate to. If you're someone who's been looking for a film that celebrates self-discovery, love, and friendship in an authentic way, Crush is a must-watch. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Crush. Let me know in the comments, what did you think about the movie? How did it resonate with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more movie breakdowns and analysis. Until next time, keep crushing it.